All right, so interesting. A woman passed by with her son, you know, doing the palm fixation drill. Open up the palm of my hands as she's walking towards me, facing towards me. You know, I wasn't gonna record, but I'm just like, damn, these people, they don't stop. They certainly don't stop. All right, what else? Oh, so lately, actually even lately, but over the weekend, they've been trying to send me subliminal messages about, they're gonna hit me with a car, right? They're gonna do a hit and run. These people are so funny. These people are just so funny. Because every time, and there you go, number 32 again. I was on the bus, there's a lot of vehicles. This license plate 041329T. This is this van right here. And see how she looks over at the van? Yeah, you right here. I saw you. They tried to be slick. It's the van right here. That's it. Tire locked. look, you do the three fingers. Look at them, 3 fingers. Got him. See, again, you know, so how did they do it with such synchronized position, right? How did they do it where the synchronization is like that, right? So remember, a long time ago, there was a document about how the military was training civilians in psychological operation. You know, I think this is one of the reasons I got Michael Hastings killed. The journalist who wrote the article called The Runaway Generals, and how generals in the United States government are using the PSYOPs team to run psychological conditioning and manipulation on U.S. senators and congressmen to increase the military budget, right? And yet people don't think these things don't happen. And this was in, was it 2012 or something like that, 2013, 14, something like that. Yeah, but that's, you know, that's how long ago that was. So yeah, you know, that, oh shoot, I forgot my mask. I think I have another mask on. I forgot my mask, but I think they give, you know what, there's mask. See? Sometimes they target you so heavily that I end up forgetting my mask. But anyway, at the school they hand out those masks. Anyway, which is a good thing. Yeah.
Well, you were like, what if your eye?
So as I was saying, yeah. So the Michael Hastings, right? Now you see what's happening today in the American public, how they've been radicalized, right? And how they're radicalizing children too. Okay. And you imagine this was happened over, this has happened to, and where you have teenagers, 13 years old to 16 years old, calling the cops and doing what is called swatting on Black Lives Matter activists and leaders within that organization. Now, these teenagers now, 13 to 16 years old, okay? And the reason why they radicalize these kids to do these things, because they know that if they, the adult, engage in that sort of behavior, they're facing some serious jail time, right? So they get the kids to do it. They radicalize the children to do it. Just like bullying, right? See, they won't physically touch me. They've learned that lesson already. So they'll get their children, they'll radicalize their children into bullying my kids, right? So again, what we're looking at is the radicalization, right? And remember, how do they do it, right? How do they do it? Okay, psychological programming. They have to make the person that they're targeting look bad. They have to create a villain, right? And this is what people don't understand. America did this with black people, us as black people. So I'm just surprised, not surprised, but you know, I'm just disappointed that, you know, the majority of black people participating in this sort of program. You know, and again, they use the fact they try to label me, other TIs as threats, right? But this is basically, again, deception and manipulation. That's basically what it is. Okay? So yeah. So when you see them engage in sort of behavior, remember, right, it is all manipulation and deception. Alright, see, look who shows up. Alright? Look who shows up over there. Police. Alright, yeah, so I just finished picking up my daughter to school, just dropped off for the boys and girls. See the police there showing up. So yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, they were sending me subliminal messages about how they're gonna run me over. Bunch of fucking cowards. Right? That's what they do, bunch of fucking cowards. They're gonna run me over. They'll run me over, them motherfuckers. Right? That's how these cowards operate. Right? That's how these cowards move. Okay? You're exposing them for the evil motherfuckers that they are. So anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. I was trying to bring another thing into the conversation. Hopefully it'll come back to me. But anyway, let's talk about the Travis Scott Astroworld concert and what was happening, right? And like I said, is that what happened is that you have people within religious organizations who are fanatics and who are so brainwashed, you know, that they believe that this guy was, you know, doing satanic symbols and all this nonsense. You know, I mean, this is what religion does to the mind. Okay? Like I said, as a TI, if you're religious and, you know, you've been diagnosed with a mental illness, yeah, that's a mental illness. Okay? Now comes the gray van. Yeah. Now comes the gray van. What you gonna do? Jump out of the van and kidnap me? Huh? Look. They don't got no license plate on there. Look, got the blue police. Look, back the blue line, back the blue line. Look, they're coming to turn the light flashing. See? You see? What I say? What I say? Right? Exposing their shit. Exposing their shit. Right? What's the police flag? The blue flag? The black and blue, right? Right? It's the American flag with blue stars and stripes on a black background. That's why the gray van pulled up in front of me, and as they pull up in front of me, you see the two police vans, you know, with their sirens flashing. No. I mean, with the lights flashing, no sirens on now, right? Yeah. Show me your phone, buddy. I'll show you my phone. Look. Look at my phone. Look. See, they got busted. See, they got busted. All right, they got busted. Okay. Yeah. Y'all may target me, but sometimes my mind is sharp when it comes to figuring out. Look at the hands behind the head thing now. Hands behind the head, son. She grabbing her hair. Hands behind the head. Yeah, you looking at your phone, looking up at the cops? Yeah, fuck you too. what I'm saying? See the crazy mentality these people have. And they are insane. Make no mistake about it, they are insane. Okay? See, when truth comes, those that believe in a lie will look at you for knowing the truth and understanding the truth. Okay? And when you know the truth and you understand the truth, your behavior and the way of thinking is not the same anymore. Particularly if you're a black person, right? We've been programmed for self-detriment. We've been programmed to be self-detriment to ourselves and to each other. And detrimental to each other. Okay? But when you start to understand the truth, you notice, see, this is why they got rid of a lot of our elders who were trying to teach us the truth. This is why they create these sort of programs. They create all these subliminal messages so they can, you know, deceive and manipulate black men and black women. And this is why the relationship is strained between black men and black women today. But a lot of them don't even want to recognize that, particularly black women, because, you know, everything to them is fun, fun, fun. Fun and love. Right? Fun and love. That's what they... Yeah, she looking at the blue car. I see you, girl. I see you, girl. Fun and love. Alright? That's what they said. Fun and love. Right? But nothing on commitment. Nothing on being responsible to your children and for your children. Nothing on being the mothers, and that is your natural, you know, that's nature. The female of any species are the mothers, the nurturers, right? But they got a lot of these women thinking that, you know, they're supposed to have fun every single day. That life is about fun and happiness. Okay, I just want to be happy. Right? You want to be happy. How do you want to be happy? You know, I get a 6-figure man, you know, who could take me on trips. I get a man who has his own business. He's a millionaire. You know. They put material things above all, money above everything else. Yet when they get married and they divorce, because the reality sets in, and they don't like that, you know. They don't like it when the reality sets in, right? They don't like it. Well, hey, you know what? You know, life ain't all about going on vacations and having fun 24/7, right? Because see, this is how they want us to think. Okay, here they're gonna use this woman across the street now. She's been walking. Why has she been walking in the street? Look, look. Look at her. Oh, she finally got off the street now. She's been walking in the street. I guess they want me to see her. And when she stands behind, look, a gray car, just like with the gray van, right? A gray car. Look at her, walk behind the gray car. Funny. Yep. Yeah. So went out without a mask on, came back with a mask on. Right? Went out with a mask off, came back with a mask on. Yeah, at my daughter's school, you know, sometimes I guess parents forget their mask, or some parents don't wear masks. So that's why I didn't turn back to go back into the house, because I know that they were gonna give out masks there. So, you know. But like I said, anyway, when it comes to, like, you know, when you start to see the programming for what it is, right? It's like the people in the movie The Matrix. You know, they can see the code, but this is human coding, right? Using psyops and using mind control technology, right? The AI, the algorithm that sends out whatever commands when the target is outside or in the house. I'm just walking in. So when I went to pick up Alyssa one of the teachers was there. She had a, she literally purposely got in front of me to walk in front of me, and she had keys in her hands. Okay. And so let me tell you what she did. They could have tried to tell me that, oh, they have keys to my house or to my, onto my bedroom. So she's walking, right? And then she has a key in her hand, just like this, right? It is again, they try to do like, because it's a game to them, right? So let's see if you guys can see this better and get under the light. Okay? Yeah. Okay? So, and they do that, oh, they're gonna come when I'm sleeping or what have you. I'm like, listen, I lay in my bed. The only reason why if I don't sleep is because of the remote no monitor and the microwaving, the noise campaign, and I can't sleep. So for the past 2 days now, I've been up all night, literally, like even last night. Saturday night, I did not sleep. I went to bed after 10 o'clock Sunday morning. And then same thing last night on Sunday night. Went to bed after 8 o'clock, actually 9 o'clock this morning, because the remote no monitor and you can't sleep. And again, this is all proven. This is if you look at the human and biological effect of being exposed to microwave and radio wave frequency, insomnia is one of those symptoms. Okay, so everything, again, I have plenty of documentation about these things, and this is why I tell people all the time, your kids, you shouldn't give your kid, particularly if your children is under 10 years old, don't give them cell phones. They should not be having cell phones. If they have a cell phone, make sure that the data is turned off, so it's not receiving and broadcasting any radio wave or microwave frequency. Turn it off. If you want to use it for just the Bluetooth function, that's fine. Or the Wi-Fi, that's fine. Get them a tablet, but don't get them a cell phone. And even tablets with their locations and stuff like that, turn those things off. Anyway, yep. So yeah. So what you guys saw was the PSYOPs by the NYPD. Okay, not just the NYPD, but the NY Pussy Department, the other department within the NYPD. The ones who like to send subliminal threats about running me over, about assassinating me. Because the cowards won't do it. They won't step to me and do it. So they gotta talk about, they're gonna, use this, they're gonna snipe me. Well, hey, do what you gotta do. But in the meantime, I'm gonna continue to expose and speak the truth about what's going on, because we can't, not just as a TI, but as human beings, we can't allow these things to happen anymore, right? Like I said, they've been running these sorts of programs within the black community for decades, indoctrinating us, weaponizing us against each other. Okay, and then trying to use whatever they feel that they've done as a tool to hold us down, to prevent us from realizing and understanding that we need, within the black community and black people, we need people like us to think on a level that say, you know what, if you're going to start a business, employ black people. Not to say you can't employ other groups of people, right? But in America, look at the unemployment rate amongst black people, right? It's always the worst out of any group. And the one thing that they don't want, white supremacists don't want in this country, is for black people to have economic equality. I keep saying this all the time. I'm not the only one. I'm not the first person to say it. I won't be the last person to say it. Economic equality is what they fear. Why? Because white Americans feel that because of their white privilege, because of white supremacy, right, that we as a group of people don't deserve it. And those that you see those black people who you see are wealthy, what's going to happen to them? And it's been happening. They're being taken down left and right. I think I was talking about the Travis Scott situation, right? Where at this Astro World concert that happened, right? Trying to say that he was, doing demonic imagery and shit like that. First of all, demons is the imagination of King George. You know who King George is? Who wrote the book on demonology? The same person that gave you the Bible. I'm sorry, not King James, right? The same person that gave you the Bible gave you a book on demonology. Okay? These are all European concepts and European words. Understand that. Even if you're American of your descendants, okay? Go back and read your history of how the church, right? How the church basically outlawed science. Why? Because they understand where science came from. All right? It came from the continent of Africa, the land of Kemet. Before that, Ethiopia, South Africa. And because Europeans at the time also practiced Kemetic spirituality. You could find evidence of this all over the planet. And so what did the Roman Church did? They said that we are not going to allow our people to practice this African spiritual science. And so with the invention of Christianity, they made Europe into an illiterate nation, an illiterate continent. Basically, for for close to 1,000 years. Close to 1,000 years. Why don't you go research about what life was like during the Dark Ages and what life was like after the Dark Ages, right? Who re-educated Europe? It wasn't the Roman Catholic Church. It wasn't the kings and queens of Europe, of the European countries. It wasn't them. Cool. But the Moors that created universities, right? That basically educated the people. Like I said, we've all been lied to. We've all been lied to. And, white supremacy is not only dangerous for black people and other people of color, but for white people also. Because I always say, sooner or later, whatever's done within black people and within the black community, it's going to come to your door. It's going to come to your door. And we can see examples of that already happening within the past few years. So, do your research. Understand the truth. Learn the truth. Right? Stop falling into this religious indoctrinated BS, because it is BS. The mentality that is being created by white supremacy and religion is one of you're superior than other people. Well, how? The poorest Christians, particularly black people, they tell you how I'm highly favored and highly blessed. How you highly favored and highly blessed? You're living in a country that, particularly as a black person, you're living in a country that continuously shows us that how they really feel, and that's the majority. Even if it's 51% of Americans, right? It's still the majority. So when I say the majority, I'm not talking about 90% of Americans. Okay. When I say the majority, I mean well over 65%. So again, do your research, learn the truth, right? Anyone is a threat, whether you're white, black, Asian, Native American, Hispanic American. When you see, this is the one thing that they don't want, and this is what religion has done to us as a people all over the globe. If that they have taken the divine being that is within us, removed it from us, and put it up in the sky, and tell you that there's a man sitting in the sky, right? Who is the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, all three in one. That's the only divinity. No, you and I are divine beings. And each one of us have the ability to become a Christ, a Christos, right? So when I say Christos, you should know what that means. And Christos wasn't applied to just one person. It applied to many people who came to the higher level of consciousness, of understanding. Okay? That's where they get the word Christ from. As a savior. It's not Christ is, when they say Christ a savior, you are your own Christ. You are your own savior. Okay? This is why they have pacified, particularly us as black people, they have pacified, created this passivity within our psyche. So instead of, and those of us, so instead of doing, what needs to be done, and I'm not talking about anything that violent, anything like that. I'm talking about coming together in unity and unification. This is what they don't want. This is why they continue to cause division. This is why they continue to create these programs. And they're not just within black people, but within Asian people, within Hispanics, within Native Americans. Because white supremacy is their ultimate goal, is to create the white supremacist mentality within the minds of non-white people. So they can, hold on to their power, right? Because for them, it's not about sharing, it's about dominating, it's about ruling. And white supremacy gives them the mentality, the psychological conditioning, right? As well as with capitalism, give them the resources and finance to build machines of war, to build technology to control human beings. That's the ultimate. And those people at the top, if you think that because you're white and you're middle class that they care about you, the 2008 financial crash should tell you that they don't. Right? So because of your white supremacy, your white privilege, not white supremacy, because of your white privilege, because of white supremacy, this is why a lot of white people don't fight to dismantle the system of white supremacy, because they benefit greatly from it. And I say greatly. And if you're white and you're poor, what have you, you still benefit. Because guess what? As hard as you may have it, black people have it harder. Okay? Because you can still go out there, right? And, you may get stopped by the cops because, you may live in a poor area. But you won't get stopped at the same rate, the same amount of time as a black person who's walking next to you. So you still benefit. You may not benefit financially, but you still benefit in other ways. Okay? So, because I'm tired of hearing these some of these people say, well, I'm white and I'm not rich and I'm not. It's not about that. It's about the treatment of black people on a daily basis. See, we don't get up thinking we have to find ways to keep white people down, Hispanic people down, Asian people down. We don't get up every day thinking how we're gonna, infiltrate this group of people and destroy them. We don't think about that. White supremacists and white supremacy do that on a daily basis, every day. Okay? And that's the truth. Every day. So, I'm sorry to, go off subject, but as a TI, sometimes your mind sometimes go into many different ways, because again, it's because of what they've done to you. And I try to keep on topic, but it's important that people understand that, the enemy is not us as TIs, but it's white supremacy. And the white supremacy had been doing this, particularly to us as black people, all over the globe. I mean, why do you think these technologies was created and existed? Okay? You don't believe me? Go do research on L. Ron Hubbard and how he created Scientology. What was the purpose that he created Scientology? All right? Go look it up. Do your research. Anyway, back to the Travis Scott thing. So, you know, they basically send people inside the concert to drug people. They drug the security guards, the security team, the security detail, what have you. They drug them. Okay, so this was all planned out. You look at the Alex Baldwin situation. That was planned out. Make no mistake about it. When you see, we've been programmed to just see what's in front of us, see what they tell us, and that's it. We can't see behind the veil. When you do get to see behind the veil, they already know who you are. Okay? And they're going to do everything in their power to prevent you from becoming a Christ, a Christos. This is why people in the conscious community, whether you're Asian, whether you're Native American, whether you're Hispanic, what have you, if you're conscious about what's happening in your community, this is why they attack you. This is why they financially cripple you or financially destroy you and give you a label as being crazy. So, but remember, that is who they are, and they're trying to project onto you who they are. So you got to take your power back and but take their projection of them onto you and give it back to them, send it back to them. And you do that by exposing them. Simple as that. See you guys in the next video.